Hey, chickadees, welcome into a brand new week of Mojo Mysticism. This whole week, our guides have said we're going to pull from a deck that we have not pulled from before. As you might guess, I have a lot of decks. So, this deck is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So, this is what we're going to be using all week this week. And I think you'll find the images really strikingly beautiful in this deck. And the messages will be as well, because our guides never let us down. So, what do we need to know? Yep, 2 have come out. What do we need to know? And there's the 3rd one. So, okay, let's see what we have today. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to read each of these cards. I'll show them to you as well. These have little sayings below them too, like some other decks that we use on this channel do. So this first one is Surrender to the Sweetness, and it's about Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and making love to life. Surrender to the sweetness. These cards are not numbered, so they have beautiful images. The second one is You're Not for Everyone. This says, embrace your weirdness and face your true north. You're not for everyone. And the third one we got today is Baby Steps. And this says, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I like that. As you can tell, I'm smiling. Yeah. Baby steps. And the message our guides have for us today is really one of embracing who we are. So we talked a lot last week about authenticity and staying grounded in our bodies and remaining like here. And this is kind of like a tangential message to that, because we're being asked to really enjoy our lives, right? That's what the surrender to the sweetness was. It's just have fun. Like, we're not here to be all serious. Like, we want to think we are, and our culture wants us to think we are. That's not what's happening here. It's not why we're here. We are here to embrace life. We're here to have fun. We're here to be in a state of joy and to literally make love to life, right? Engage with it with all of our senses. So, so that's really the first part of this message, is really lean in to life as you have it currently, and as you know it to be, and as it is unfolding for you, right? Don't push against it. Don't try to make it something it's not. Just lean into it. And when we grasp on to the thing that we're trying to get or be or have, right? And I'm not talking about visualizing it or doing manifestation. I'm talking about like grasping, tight grasping, like I must be this person. I must have this thing. I must reach this goal. And we're so tight with it that we basically suffocate it. We suffocate the manifestation. We suffocate the guide coming in. Guide's always been there. But we suffocate our ability to perceive the guide, and we suffocate life, right? And that's what this first card is talking about. Surrendering to the sweetness. Understanding that when we hold life loosely, right, and we just enjoy it, no matter what's going on around us, we find a way to remain happy. We are literally making love to life. So that's what we're talking about here. That's what our guides want us to understand. When we grasp hold of something and we're holding on for dear life, that thing is going to do one of two things. It either isn't going to materialize if it hasn't materialized, or it's going to dissolve and be removed out of your life. So our challenge is to hold it loosely and to enjoy every second of it. Second card we got, You're Not for Everyone. Okay? This will come up. When you are loving your life, there are going to be people in your life that are like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, why are you having such a good time? Don't you know life is supposed to be serious? Don't you know that life is not a game? And my answer to them is, actually, no. Life is a game, and life is not meant to be serious. We are meant to enjoy every moment of it. Yes, there are some things in life that we do that we don't want to do, right? Like, I don't know, taxes. So that's one. But there's some things out there that just aren't something that we really want to do in our lives, but it's all part of it. And no, that just means that they haven't come to that place of understanding that yet. So when people have that reaction to me, I just love them and bless them and say, okay, I hope you figure it out someday. And maybe I don't have it all figured out. I don't know. It's quite possible. So, but yeah, you're not for everyone. So we get to really be and step into a new level of authenticity without regard for how we are going to be perceived by others or received by others or interpreted by others, right? We just step into the authentic person that we are. Period. Because how else can we love life if we're not? We can't. We can't. We're doing it with a mask on. So we can love parts of it, but we won't fully love it. So what this message is really telling us is be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. And I remember my Buddhist training where the lamas would say that at the end of the day, no matter what behavior you're seeing from someone, no matter what they're presenting to you, no matter what you're experiencing from that other person, we all want the same thing. We go about it 80,000 different ways, but we all want the same thing, and that is to be happy. And being happy is a choice. It's not an easy one sometimes, but it's a choice, right? And it requires that we be authentic. So this is what is happening. This is why this message is so interesting and tangential to what we talked about last week, is because it's that continuation on the sub-theme from last week about, the big theme was get in your body, get grounded. The sub-theme was be authentic. And this week, that, at least today, that's becoming the major theme for today. So be authentically who you are. So you're probably asking the question, like I usually do when people tell me that. In fact, I remember a business coach a few years ago telling me, we had a VIP one-on-one 4-hour session or something, and I adore this human being. And my coach said to me, she said, you're not yet your authentic self. Focus on that. Focus on stepping into your authentic self. You're close. You're much closer than you've ever been, but you're not there yet. Focus on it. And so you're probably wondering, or maybe you had the reaction I've had, which is, well, I am my authentic self, right? That's what I am. I'm doing that. Like, I'm just doing me. And the thing is, she was right. She was right, because my authentic self hadn't come through. My authentic self wasn't doing these videos yet, because my authentic self is this person, or at least I think. So probably not wholly and completely yet, but I have definitely moved along that path. And the authentic self, you as your authentic, true authentic self, does not deny yourself anything, right? Because the things that you want in your true authentic self are things that are aligned with spirit. They are aligned with why you are here. And so when Bashar says things, and I love his sayings, I love his whole framework. I just love Bashar. So, but when Bashar is saying, follow your path of most excitement, this is what he's talking about. Not something that you think you're excited about because you just saw a commercial for it, or you think you're excited about because all your friends are doing it, or you think you're excited about it because it's what your coach says to do, or you think you're excited about it because what I said. That is not the path for you. The path for you is to follow your path of most excitement, whatever that is. So what this means is we have got to get into our own internal workings, right? We have to understand who we are. We have to really come to grips with what we actually want out of this go around with life, right? What are we here to do? And then find the things that light us up and do those. And that's where the third card comes in. Baby steps. This card is about being in action, right? Taking the next obvious step is what I call it, especially in shift. It's all over shift. But this is follow your intuition before it makes sense. Okay? When you know you are aligned because you know that you what you're here to do. You know what your soul's calling is, or at least the first verse. Maybe not even that. Maybe you just know the first stanza or the first note. It doesn't matter. You know when it's aligned. And I know that you know when it's aligned because I went through all the things of it not being aligned. And I made up some really amazing things that just, they were totally fabricated. They were fabricated because I thought, oh, this will look good on a resume, or this will look good to other people, or whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares about any of that. At the end of the day, it is what is your soul calling you to do? Okay, what's the first note in the opera of your life, right? Or the musical of your life? What's the first scene? That's it, the baby step. You do not need to know the entire plan, and you will not know the entire plan before you step out. And there's a reason for that, right? The universe is looking for vessels, right? We are vessels, right? We are a component of all that is, a facet of a very multi-million faceted diamond, right? And we are one expression, each of us, of what all that is. And when you hear the calling, right, and you know you're aligned, and you will know, I'm not making this up. First of all, because it's exciting and it's terrifying, right? So more on that later. But and it's not just those two components either, because it will also challenge you. But you will be excited about it. It'll be like, oh my gosh, I could do this all day, every day. This sounds amazing, but I have no idea what to do, right? That's the thing. If you say yes then, if you say yes, the bridge appears. And I know we've talked about that on this channel at least a couple of times. The bridge will appear. The path will unfold before you. But if you wait until the path is unfolded, someone else would have said yes. Another facet of the diamond would have said yes to that very same thing. And the path will be well into its unfolding with them. So if you have a calling, say yes to it and act before you have all the blanks filled in. That's the important piece here. So surrender to the sweetness of life, right? Know that you're not for everyone, and that's okay, right? We're all different facets of the same diamond, right? So facets, let's just say facets on either end of the diamond may not be for each other, right? So that's okay. We live with that. We understand that. That's part of life, right? That's why it's so beautiful being here on this planet during this lifetime. And then take the baby steps. Take the baby steps of what you know you're excited about and what you know you're being called to do. All right, chickadees. That's it for today. I love you. Very long message today. They had a lot to say about that. So I love you, and we will see you here next time on Mojo Mysticism. Mwah.